As you can probably tell by the positioning of the sun in the sky, I'm leaving a little bit early this morning. I got a lot to do in the next 48 hours. It's insane. If any of you are podcast listeners, there is a podcast that I've been listening to for a while, but I'm getting back into them, called Wizard and the Bruiser. And they sort of cover just pop culture things. Like I'm listening to a 2-part episode on Futurama. There's one on Ren and Stimpy that was really interesting. I finished listening to one about Pixar and how Toy Story was made. They're all really good. Sometimes gum just gives me if I chew it for too long, it gives me an absolute raging headache. It's like a weird irritation. It's not even like a physical headache. It's just it starts melting in my mouth. I start chewing it faster, and I get this anxiety about it. Just spit it out after a certain period of time. Essentially, on a specific project I'm working on, the word from up on high came down, and about 30% of it has to go away. It's beyond any of my controllable powers. These are legality issues. It's alright, compensating, but I have in 2 minutes I will have exactly 24 hours to make up for that. I need to get out. I need to get out and get some sunshine, so I'm looking for any reason to do that. It really comes in waves, Back in the warehouse. Just some late night filming. I added a new ND filter to this camera because I'm going to be filming a lot in the sun over the next couple weeks. So this camera does not really have a great ability to adapt. So I added this ND filter, which is just basically a little piece of glass that I can rotate at the tip of the lens, and it applies neutral density, hence ND filter. That helps block out the camera so that you can keep the aperture open and get some of this depth. So for example, if I focus on my face close, you can see it's nice and blurry in the background. The more I close that aperture, the less of that effect I get. So if you're filming in the sun and you have a really closed aperture so you don't get blown out, you lose that effect. Well, if you put this neutral density filter on the lens, it allows you to keep the aperture open and retain that effect. Really minor detail. There's some other things that it helps with, but that's a good example of what it's often used for. Okay, I get it, Can. I kicked you. I'm sorry. You can quit making noise.